The next set of ratios are referred to as long-term solvency or leverage ratios. And this is really the firm's ability to pay its debt in the long term. The total debt ratio looks at total debt over assets. Then we have the debt to equity. We also have the long-term debt ratio. So these are all really looking at debt relative to assets or debt relative to equity, and really how much debt we have in our capital structure. So you'll see here that PrufRock has definitely gone down in its level of debt, and we know this even from our sources and uses analysis because they paid down both the note payable and their long-term debt with the additional cash that they received from retained earnings and from the sale of common stock. You'll notice as well that PrufRock has less debt when compared to the overall industry. Now, everyone is different. Some firms just make a decision to hold less debt because debt tends to be riskier because there's the risk of bankruptcy. And it might be a strength that they have done this. Maybe their competitors are over leveraged and they have too much debt in their capital structures. We really don't know without getting more information about the other companies as well. And they seem to be more concerned with their long-term debt than their short-term because the short-term tends to be changing a bit more. And if we look at their times interest earned, so our times interest earned here is gone up a little bit year over year. So it's 4.9 compared to 4.2. And again, it's higher than the overall market. And this is how well the company can cover those interest payments with the earnings that they have. So this is a good number. So they don't have any problems. And this is again because the industry does carry more debt than they do. The cash coverage is explaining the same thing as well. It just doesn't include the depreciation. So it's again how we could cover those interest payments if we needed to. And the company overall is doing well.